What's up, everybody? The American Atheist here, and I have a face cam now, so now you get to see this sexy ass face. Anyway, we're going to be responding to a video by Ravi Zacharias International Ministries called "Is Atheism a Religion?" So without further ado, let's hop into it.
People often ask me, Andy, why do you keep calling atheism a religion? Isn't atheism just a lack of belief in God? It's not a religion. Well, I'm afraid that's wrong. That actually the more you look at atheism, the more you realise it's far more than just the lack of a belief in God. Let me show you why. If atheism simply meant the absence of belief in God, the first problem is it would have some very peculiar entailments. It would mean that rocks, small kittens, rubber chickens, Richard Dawkins' left foot are all atheists because all of those things lack a belief in God. That's a very counterintuitive conclusion, and it strongly suggests that atheism is far more than just the absence of a belief in God. That can't be the definition.
The definition of atheist is somebody who lacks the belief in the existence of God or gods. That's it. So if something cannot have the rational thought capacity to think there is no God, it cannot be an atheist. This means that rocks, rubber chickens, and Richard Dawkins' left foot cannot be atheists because they don't have the capacity to think. Also, why would that be counterintuitive? How would a rock not believing in God be counterintuitive to atheism?
A second problem with the idea that atheism is merely the lack of belief in God is that if that were the case, how could it form part of someone's core identity? You see, I don't believe in Father Christmas. I don't believe in the Tooth Fairy. But I don't go around introducing myself to people as a Tooth Fairyan. That's not what you'll find on my Twitter profile. Yet I regularly meet people who introduce themselves to me as I am an atheist. It forms their core identity. Well, if atheism can form part of someone's identity, it is clearly more than the lack of belief in God.
I think the reason why this person in particular has had a lot of people address themselves as atheist is because you're an internet pastor. But secondly, I think it's more important to mention the Christianity in Western civilization, because a lot of people aren't very happy with the concept of atheists in power, for example, and I think that the person who's calling themselves an atheist to your face is more or less just trying to say, hey, I'm an atheist, be upfront with you, I think you're alright, and I want you to know about me too. But I ask you a question here. You say you're not a Santa Clausan or an a Tooth Fairyan. What is the difference between Santa Claus and God? God sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good. He rewards you based on your deeds and punishes you. Same as Santa Claus. It's the exact same story. But one's just a religion and one's not. And thirdly, if I came up to this guy saying, hey, what's up? My name is Timothy. I'm a cancer survivor. Is cancer surviving now more than someone's ability to survive a disease? No, that's just something that has happened. So somebody addressing themselves as an atheist does not mean that it's a religion.
That's also demonstrated by my third piece of evidence, and it's that atheists and secularists are now starting churches. Yeah, they really are. A few years ago in London, England, a group of atheists came together, took over a deconsecrated church in London, and they started something called the Sunday Assembly. They meet together on Sunday mornings, they sing secular songs, they listen to inspirational talks about science. They formed an atheist church, and other such atheist churches are springing up in major cities around the world. So atheism looks like a religion. It is behaving like a belief system. It has churches, it has creeds, it has communities, it has gurus. It really is a religion, a belief system.
Just because people gather in a building that share the same ideology and sing songs does not mean that they're atheists. Or does not mean that their ideology is a religion, mind you. Think about the Democratic National Convention, where in America, this convention, which is a part of the left half of American politics, decides which candidate will run against the Republican for the presidency. Now, let's imagine that in addition, they sung songs about how the left is the far superior political ideology. Does that then make the Democratic National Convention a religion? Well, according to this guy, it would, because it's a large conglomeration of people with the same beliefs, listening to inspirational talks about their beliefs, all under one roof, and singing songs about their belief. Therefore, it's a religion, right? No, it's just a thought process, and these people are here for a certain reason. Not to worship anything, just to help promote their ideology. That's it.
Now, I say that not to belittle my atheist friends, but just to encourage them to kind of wake up and smell the coffee. You see, if atheism is a belief system, there are some entailments that follow, and one of the biggest ones is this. If atheism is a religion or a belief system, you can't simply assume it. You have to give reasons for it. You have to give evidence.
What the fuck did you just say?
If atheism is a religion or a belief system, you can't simply assume it. You have to give reasons for it. You have to give evidence.
So what you just told me is that if atheism is a religion, then I have to give evidence for it. Well, luckily, I'm not claiming that it is a religion. You are, and you have given zero evidence to prove that it is a religion. So, good on you, mate.
Because if you're not willing to do that, you fall foul of an aphorism once coined by the late new atheist writer himself, Christopher Hitchens, who in his book God Is Not Great wrote these words: "That which can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence." That applies to Christianity, but my word, does it apply to atheism too? I would suggest that my atheist friends take his advice.
Okay, so I can't respond for every atheist on this specific topic, because what he's talking about is a very personal experience from person to person. So I'm what you would consider a de facto atheist. Basically saying I don't believe that God exists only because that I have no evidence to prove that he does, and so I assume that he does not exist. So, like I said before, I can't respond for every single atheist on this specific topic because it's a topic that is more or less going against one person's belief system. But I guess that's the end of the video. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like down below and feel free to subscribe. If you have a recommendation for a video, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to look at it. And if that's it, I'll see you guys later. Peace.